coincidentally as it turned out, all three of NASA's high-profile astronaut accidents happened to happen around the same time of year, different years, same date on the calendar, around the end of January. So after the Columbia accident, the administrator at the time, John O'Keefe, declared the last Thursday of January to be Day of Remembrance. And the idea was not only was it to honor the astronauts, giving their lives in pursuit of space exploration, but to look at all members of the NASA family that died while supporting NASA's missions of exploration. So it's a day every single that we do. In this case, it was wreath laying. The administrator always goes up to Arlington National Cemetery outside of Washington and lays a wreath there at the Astronaut Memorial up there. All of the flags are at half staff. You can see here all the NASA facilities across the country. So it's a time we take a few minutes to remember the people who whether it's the astronauts, who obviously and very publicly gave their lives, but people who say we had at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory back a few years ago, some people were on their way to work in a commuter van, and on a slick road went off the highway and died. They are the same. They were going to work to support NASA's missions of exploration. They're very much a part of the NASA family, so this is the day that it takes a few minutes for us to stop, pay tribute to them, and also at the same time, reflect for a few minutes. And the other thing that people get asked is, what else besides reflecting on it do we do? I find at these kind of services, and every year, it's a time that a lot of the engineers and a lot of the managers here say it's that take the time to stop and say, it's yes, we've had these accidents, yes, we've had these problems, whether it's an accident like the astronaut accident, or just somebody like the JPL workers. You stop and take a few minutes to say, it's our responsibility to make sure that our colleagues, the NASA family, is safe. There's a phrase that goes back from the Apollo days that I won't let it won't fail because of me. If I do my part, if I do my best to make sure that whatever I'm doing is as safe and as good as possible, because spaceflight is inherently risky, always will be. But to help minimize as much of that risk as you can, it's worth doing. It's a worthy goal, but it's dangerous. So if I do my part, I'm helping to minimize the danger for the astronauts and for my coworkers. That's a time that people kind of reflect on that and take a few minutes to say, kind of reinforce that thought in their head that it won't fail because of me.